Welcome back, folks, to Phoenix Wright, Justice for All. On our last installment, we found a few bugs in the kitchen. A few bugs in the kitchen. A few bugs in the situation, and we're actually going to find out exactly what our crack staff of loonies have found out about this. And trust me, it's just going to get weird. So, moving on, we shall save and continue. March 22nd, 9:14 p.m., Gatewater Hotel, Corda's hotel room.
It's past 9 p.m. already, isn't it? I wonder if Mr. Edgeworth has already found missing Maya.
These things take time. I'd say probably not. The police are professionals, Pearl. They'll find her, so don't you worry. And if we can win a not guilty verdict tomorrow, then everything will be okay.
You're right.
Well, let's talk about the real killer. So, the real person who killed Mr. Corda was...
That assassin, Mr. Shelley the killer, right?
And the car messengers found at the crime scene seems to be proof of that. But if that's the case, then a new question comes to mind. Who was the one that hired the killer to begin with? Who is his client?
You mean who asked for the murder?
That person didn't want to dirty their own hands in blood. But whoever this client is, they're still a killer. The assassin's client.
Who could have hired the assassin? You think it was Miss Andrews?
I wonder. But if she was the client, then why go through the effort to stab the knife into the corpse herself?
But if Miss Andrews wasn't the client, then no, it can't be.
Matt on guard himself. Was it Matt?
You Mr. Ungard really did hire the assassin.
Then he isn't innocent at all. Far from it, he would be guilty of the crime.
But it can't be Mr. Ungard, right? I mean, when we first talked with him.
Mr. Ungard, I'd like to ask you one more question. Did you kill Mr. Juan Corda? Alright, just so we're clear, dude, I didn't kill anyone. And that includes Juan Corda, okay? I didn't see any psyche locks at that time. Actually, that reminds me.
Did you remember something, Mr. Nick?
Yeah, something Miss Andrews said at that trial today. She said something interesting.
So what is this interesting thing?
Oh, that's right, you didn't hear it, did you, Pearls? Lon had bet everything on the German Ninja this year. And if he had lost the Grand Prix, he was going to make sure Matt was going down with him. That's what he thought anyway. It looked like somehow Juan had in his hands a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed.
Mr. Ungard's secret. What is his secret?
I don't know yet. But for now, let's think about it this way. Mr. Corda was going to reveal the secret. That means Mr. Ungard had plenty of motive to have Mr. Corda silenced. Which means we have to meet with Mr. Ungard. There's no way around it now. Well, let's move to the hallway March 22nd, Gatewater Hotel hallway.
Wow, it's really getting late, isn't it, Mr. Nick?
Yeah, it's past 9 p.m. already. But we still have some things to prepare for tomorrow's trial. There's still the matter of the secret Mr. Corda held about Matt on guard. And Miss Andrews' real intentions. These are two things I must know tonight.
But aren't visiting hours over at the station, sir?
I'm sure we'll think of something, Pearls. Don't you worry. And why am I hearing Cyndi Lauper all of a sudden? I'm not kidding. I'm actually hearing this as we speak. I'm hearing girls just want to have fun and right behind me, and I have the door open. Only because I need air. Viola Hall. March 22nd, Gatewater Hotel, Viola Hall. Hey, wait!
What is it, whippersnapper? All I know is nothing that has anything to do with you is ever good. Right just now, I was handed this strange advice for who knows what reason. And I was told to use it to search the whole hotel.
That's the book sweeper, isn't it? The one Gumshoe made.
I don't know, frankly, I don't care. But the request came from Edgeworth.
Edgeworth?
And he said,
if you feel angry, direct your anger at that unsophisticated lawyer.
so I'm going to feel free to direct all my anger towards you.
Oh, she thinks a bundle, Edgeworth. What a pal you are. Let's talk about that book sweeper.
This is absolutely top secret, so you had better keep it to yourselves. I heard they found a spy camera in one of the prisons.
Very interesting.
I'm sure it was, it was to catch poor Juan in the middle of a scandalous meeting. Scandalous? What's that? It means, well, that gossip that's been going around about my dear Juan.
Oh, you mean that thing about Miss Andrews? But I'm sure she must have had some reason for getting close to Mr. Corda.
I literally don't know secret, youngin'. I know who planted that spy camera. It was that obnoxious puffy-head photographer girl. Never some people. Spying on people by herself as if I wouldn't want to see it for myself, too.
Wow, the alien actually admitted her true intentions for a change.
I don't know what you're thinking exactly, but I can bet there's nothing good.
But I didn't say anything. Juan and Adrian.
So you want to know about Juan and the manager, right? Actually, as I hear it, there was something of a refreshing pair of those two.
Oh?
I tell you, Hongo, Juan, really welcomed that manager with open arms, I heard. The manager? What are you talking about?
You don't know that manager woman Juan had.
It's a shame she killed herself, though.
Oh, you're talking about Miss Celeste Impact. Miss Andrews' mentor, right?
Yes, that's the one. That's girl. She was supposed to get married,
Mary, you mean to Mr. Corda?
Really, you young kids today don't know anything, do you? That girl Celeste killed herself 3 days after their marriage announcement.
3 days after their marriage announcement? What in the... Celestial Sun.
Why would Miss Impact want to kill herself? She was going to get married! That's because she was thrown away, you see, by Juan.
What?!
But they were going to get married, right? They promised each other, right? They had a grand announcement session, but 3 days later, Juan suddenly canceled their marriage.
Is that true?
It was in the weekly magazines. But why? Why did he do that?
That was not in the magazines, unfortunately. I see.
That night, after Juan called off the wedding, that manager, Celeste, killed herself.
How terrible.
I wonder what happened between those two.
We shall find out soon enough. Where we're going to now, though, is the detention center. So we're going to leave here. March 22nd, Gatewater Hotel, hotel lobby. On that night, there must have been at least 100 people here. I guess the police are done with their questioning and investigating. It looks like things here in the lobby have finally calmed down. So we're going to move to criminal affairs. March 22nd, Police Station, Criminal Affairs Department.
It feels sort of tense here, doesn't it, Mr. Nick?
Yeah, it sure does. I wonder if something happened. Yeah, Mr. Unguard's lawyer, right? Yes, sir. Well, we finally found just the person we've been looking for. A real decisive witness. Decisive witness? You mean for Mr. Unguard's case? We're taking a witness statement right now. Gotta hand it to Mr. Edgeworth. What's Edgeworth up to now?
Who is this witness?
I think you know this person quite well, Mr. Lawyer.
Mr. Nick?
Between the kidnapper's demand and now this, I can't see any way to win here. Oh yeah. Mr. Edgeworth wanted me to tell you something. He did. Even though visiting hours are long over at the detention center, he wanted me to grant you special permission, so there you go. I've already called them so they know. Go on, go talk to your heart's content. Thank you very much.
This is such good news, Mr. Nick.
Go talk to your heart's content? Sounds like the police are pretty sure they have tomorrow's trial in the bag. Well, let's not waste time and just go to the detention center. March 22nd, detention center, visitors room. I'm sure they must have transferred Miss Andrews here by now. So that means that both Mr. Unguard and Miss Andrews are in this detention center. Now then, whose story do I want to hear? First, Coke bottle hips. Oh, it's you. I'm sorry to be visiting at such a late hour. But there are a few questions I absolutely have to ask you tonight. Me? I thought your client was Matt. I'm sure Miss Andrews knows something. She can't be clueless about the secret Mr. Corda had on Mr. Unguard. Let's talk, Cammy, about Matt Unguard. I'd like to ask you about Matt Unguard, if you don't mind. Mr. Wright, you still don't know, do you? The real him, I mean. You seem to bear a lot of resentment towards Mr. Unguard. If that's the case, then why did you become his manager? And why would you become intimate with his rival? That has nothing to do with this case. Nothing. Celeste Impacts. About Miss Celeste Impacts. I have finally put her death behind me. And now, thanks to you, it's all come back to the surface. I'm sorry. Yes, I was shocked by her suicide. And it's true, when I heard the rumor that Juan was the one who had hidden her suicide note, I began to draw close to him. I wanted to get her suicide note back and to burn it. You wanted to burn it? But why? I didn't want it to spread just like another piece of gossip. But I never held any murderous intent towards Juan. I would never do something so stupid. Suicide note, I wonder what it said. Why frame him? Why'd you try to frame Mr. Engard? That's simple, because he's the killer, that's why. Isn't it the duty of every good citizen to inform the police? But there had to be another way. The police are excellent at doing their job, so they figured out, right? Yes, they're so good that they couldn't figure out the real killer, the real truth behind Celeste's death. Miss Edgeworth. Well, I know you're not the type of person to do something without a reason, so please tell me why you did it. You did what you did. Revenge. Huh? Did you say something just now? Oh, shit! Secular, Don't you understand yet? You're not my lawyer. To be honest, you're more like my enemy. But I'm sure I just heard Miss Andrews say, revenge. Well, we're not going to get anything from her yet. So we're going to move to criminal affairs. March 22nd, Police Station, Criminal Affairs Department. Oh, Mr. Wright! Please, you have to help me! Uh-oh. It's Snorlag. Mr. Powers? What happened? Why are you here? You see, I got roped into this somehow. What? And now I'm going to testify at tomorrow's trial. So the decisive witness is Mr. Powers? I was so good of a detective until a little while ago, and I was on my way home. When all of a sudden, you there! You're under arrest! And I was brought back here. He's so Snorlag. Oh. They said my face and the whole cell in general looked suspicious or something. Well, I guess I can see how they thought you looked suspicious. You look like Wolverine! I'm just a normal guy on an exercise show for kids. Is that a crime? Tomorrow's testimony. So about this testimony you're giving, what are you going to talk about? I really don't know yet. But it sounds like I saw something pretty important from what they tell me. You saw something important? What was it? Well, the detective told me not to talk about it. You can't tell anyone, and especially not that lawyer, he said. Who do you think that lawyer detective was talking about? I'm going to take a wild guess and say it's me. Yeah, you got it. Mr. Nick, making money on myself for you're only 2 hours in this whole world, but it's alright. Ouch. I really don't have a lot of friends, do I? Dude, you're lucky you got 2 chicks at your side. Yeah. Well, you have 3, really. 4 if you're counting Edgeworth. 5 if you're counting Von Karma. 6 if you're counting Detective Gumshoe. You know, the list goes on, okay? The list goes on. 7 if you count Larry. Angado. This is going to do a lot of damage to Matt, you know. Because he's got that refreshing like a spring breeze image going. But what is he really like? Well, let's see. Matt's always been kind of a player with women. He'll never really turn a pretty face away, if you know what I mean. He'd always say, "It's just a game," to justify himself.
What? How horrible! That's unforgivable!
Ow. Sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. But you know, he said once that, "There's only one person in this world who wouldn't swoon over me." Only one person who wouldn't swoon over him? His manager, you know. Miss Adrian Andrews. Why is Mr. Power suddenly looking kind of energetic? Gossip. You see, I'm actually a sucker for gossip. I mean, celebrities in their worlds have this dazzling sort of image, right? A dazzling sort of image, but aren't you a part of that dazzle, Mr. Powers? No, I'm more of a hairy, sweaty, smelly, brutish kind of guy, you see. Yeah, just like Snorlax. But it's okay, really. Yeah, just like Snorlax. I get to hear plenty of gossip about a lot of the other stars around me as things happen. Well, that's true. Oh, hey! Did you hear about this yet? About Miss Andrews' mentor and her suicide? I mean, Miss Impacts.
You heard something about how her wedding was canceled?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I thought about it a little the other day, about that mysterious death. Hey, Mr. Wright, why did you ask me about that? Go on, go ahead. Mr. Powers is so charged up his skin, it's practically glowing with electricity. You know why? Because he's sparking! That's why. He's sparking! So that's suicide. Hey, so, have you heard this? So let's let the suicide note. And they say that Juan went and hid it. We heard about that in court today. But there wasn't any actual proof that she had left a note. Well, this is what I think. I think that something bad was written on that note. Something bad for Juan, and that is. Something bad for Juan, that is. Something bad for Missy Carter? Why'd you figure so? Well, before she died, Celeste talked with a few of her friends. And she said, it looks like I may have been caught by an insidious man. Insidious man? Did she mean that? Did she mean that Mr. Corridor? But did she mean Mr. Corridor by that? Well, there's no one else that fits the bill, right? And that would be reason enough for him to hide the suicide note. Let's see. Well, that's some good info. Thank you. You're welcome. Mr. Ungard and Miss Andrews. They're both at the detention center right now. There's still things I don't understand or know about them, sure. I have to get the two of them to tell me everything. Thank you very much, Snorlax. Thank you, man. No, thank you. You've been a great help. Moving on. Yes, I'm saying it, y'all. I was like, yeah, we got Sheena, who is Von Karma, Ryu, who is Edgeworth, and Snorlax, who is Will Powers. I'm not saying this in a bad way, but if you put them all together, it kind of works. Okay, man, well, maybe Ryu might be Gumshoe. I don't know. He might be a little bit of Gumshoe and Edgeworth. Moving on. Back to the detention center. Now then, whose story do I want to hear? This time, it's Matt on God. Dude, it's Mr. Wright! I hope you can get me off the hook tomorrow. I'm counting on you. I hope so, too. Edgeworth just dropped a bombshell on me and said, that one Corda was killed by an assassin. And that assassin's client is this man, Matt Ungod. What's wrong, Mr. Ungod? There's something I must know with 100% certainty. You seem kind of different. You're totally not like your usual lawyer dude self. Matt's secret. About the press conference. You mean the one where Juan was going to dress up as the Nickel Samurai? Yeah, I heard a little more about it from Miss Andrews. It looked like somehow Juan had in his hands a secret so powerful that would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed. Could you please fill me in on what this secret is? Please? Holy shit! 5?! I knew this was coming.
Mr. Nick, don't tell me.
Psyche lock. You said it's secret, right? But you don't have an idea what it is, do you, dude? Juan and Adrian. Did you know about Miss Corda and Mr. Corda and Miss Andrews' relationship? Well, it's all over the tabloids, dude. But I don't know any of the details if that's what you mean. Look, how many times do I have to tell you? I don't care what Juan did with his life. Miss Andrews, she had a purpose in mind when she started seeing Mr. Corda. Her mentor was Mr. Corda's manager. And Miss Andrews was going to get Miss Celeste's impact suicide note from him. Celeste? Does that jog any memories? Dude, I suddenly just got terribly hungry. You out for a pizza? My treat.
Mr. Nick, what's a pizza? Is it like a candy pea, like green peas?
Let's go eat one later, okay? I got cut off by the pizza dude at the shop. That's too bad. Well, how about we get our minds off this topic and talk about something else, okay? Mr. Ungod, are you connected to Miss Impact's suicide in some way? Well, somehow you are. You know what? I'm gonna move back. I'm going back to the office and consider myself stopping here. March 22nd, right in company law offices. Ugh. And that kink in my neck just told me something. It's gonna tell me a whole lot of things. So when we get back, we're gonna see what's going to go down in our office in our next plan of attack. When Let's Play Phoenix Wright, Justice for All continues right after this.